My ego just got crushed by a guy I used to talk to. He comes into my job. I haven't seen him in years. I see him. I'm like, God, you look good, you know? I know he sees me, so I do a little cutesy moment, walk past him. As he's leaving, we make eye contact. I'm smiling, a bit smiling, because hello, how are you? He looks at me up and down and walks right the past me. You're telling me you don't miss me? Like, I'm the one that left you, not the other way around. Now I'm gonna have to delete you off Facebook and block you all. Cause what?
Be telling y'all these women think they're more important than they actually are.
Who the freak? I asked for this guy's number and he just goes, why? Maybe because I wanted to call you? Why else would I ask?
So listen, I had somebody tell me tonight that I'm tripping and that my standards are too high and that I'm being biased after I told them about this situation. So I met this guy. We vibed on the phone and text messages for about a whole 2-3 weeks before he asked me out on a date. When we met up for the date, I did realize that he had on the exact same outfit that he had on when I met him. He didn't have the same shoes on. He had on some Ugg boots or something. I cannot stand when men wear Ugg boots. Why did they make them? All right, so now we at the table. Conversation is flowing. It's going good. Everything's all right. His first drink, he ordered Grey Goose with something. So I'm like, oh, okay, he drank Grey Goose. So then his second drink he ordered, it was some type of tequila. I don't remember. So I'm like, I said, won't you just drink vodka? He was like, yeah, I'm hard body. So I'm like, oh, okay, well, he's still staying light. So it's all good. Then he ordered a third drink. And he orders Henny. Sir, you done had, what you gonna get next? Whiskey? He got a Long Island. In my mind, I'm like, he don't even have a preference when it come to liquor. I know his lineup of women looks crazy. I cannot stand a man that don't have a type.
Is this a joke? And modern women want men to accept them as they are. The man is ordering what he wants, and he's paying for it. What business of it is yours?
Women create life or do women carry life?
We do both.
I mean, doesn't it take two people?
It does. However, if you have an island with 12 men and 1 woman, you would have a thriving society. However, if you have, 12 women and 1 man, you would only have a limited society and it would not grow on from here on out. For 100 years, you would not have anything.
But don't men create more life since they can get more women pregnant?
No, because if you have 1 man and 12 women, you have a thriving society because women create the life. However, if you have one woman and 12 men, you get a lot. With 12 men and 1 woman, you get more.
You ain't got the answer, Sway.
Am I the asshole for kicking out my girlfriend's sister and her kids after my girlfriend gave her the keys? People around me are saying I'm the asshole, but I need perspective of uninvolved people. My long-term girlfriend has my apartment keys, as I have hers. Only unspoken until now, but always respected rule was, if you need to go to the other place, just send a text, hey, going to your place. Doesn't matter if the other is at the other's home or even responds, just simply to tell the other you will be at their place. Okay. I was supposed to be away 700 kilometers from home for 2 weeks for work-related stuff, but 4 days in, and our instructor got into an accident. Work tried to find another one, but no such luck on very short notice. They decided at like 10 p.m. to get us the first flight home the next day at like 6 a.m. Pay us the overtime and the next day at home, then resume our normal work schedule. Cool. So, I get home the next day at like 9 a.m. Send a text to my girlfriend to tell her I'm back. Getting to my door, I'm very confused hearing children screaming inside since none of the people who have my keys have kids like that, like my brother and my girlfriend. I thought I got squatters or something. Opening the door and I see my girlfriend's sister's kid running around after a shower, putting water everywhere. This is wild. Plates of half-finished ravioli on my living room ground. Their suitcases open in the entrance. I get inside and see the husband on my couch trying to hook up my PS2 that he must have digged out of my storage room. Getting into a verbal argument with him, trying to understand why the fuck they are here. He said my girlfriend told him that they could get my flat for 2 weeks while I was gone. That's crazy. They wanted to visit the city for a bit and go to the beach. My girlfriend sent me a text while I was arguing, telling me, oh, okay, by the way, my sister's fam is at your flat. That's wild. I admit I blew up on them and the sis who left my bedroom in the meantime. I told them to leave immediately. They argued quite a bit. My girlfriend called her sister, then sister put up the speaker so we could all hear. And she said I was embarrassing her, that she told them they could use my place for a while. I threatened to call the police and also asked my brothers to come. They left while cursing me to their children, telling them that the holidays are over because the mean little sister's boyfriend cast us out. I now have all of my girlfriend's family on my back and even some of my own family saying I could have stayed with my girlfriend so the kids could have a vacation. Also, they have read my doctor prescription papers. I put them in a specific order so it was not the same. And obviously took some of my prescribed meds, opened a box of benzodiazepine. So, am I the asshole for making them leave? We pretty much stopped talking about anything else with my girlfriend. I feel like I am being gaslit. I would never invite people to her apartment like that, especially without telling her. It seems so disrespectful. Am I going insane? I would say absolutely not. The fact that you trusted somebody, and this don't even got to be your girlfriend, this could be anybody, with the keys to your place, they should first off have the common sense to know that you don't invite other people into that person's home without their permission. And she ain't do that. So as far as I'm concerned, I would have got them up out of there ASAP like you did. And then that would have been the end of that relationship, because that's a line that you just cannot cross, because who knows what they would have did to that. And then the other thing is, who knows if that's even the first time that she did that, because she's probably been doing this and you just didn't know about it. And the only reason she told you is because you got there and found out. And then she told you after the fact. So yeah, that, not the asshole.
Instead of just leaving, they went back and forth with this man in his own house to the point of him having to call the police. And what did he get for it? Not a sorry. Oh, how dare you? How could you embarrass me? Modern women never take accountability for anything. What's wrong with you?
Well, I was having problems with my car today. So my boyfriend let me use his car. While I was out, my baby daddy called and asked if I could pick him up from work. And I said, cool. I've been driving since 6 a.m. So at this point, I'm tired. When I get to my baby daddy, I told him to drive. While I'm in the car with my baby daddy, my boyfriend FaceTimed me and noticed that I was in the passenger seat. So he started questioning me. And first of all, I ain't married, so an MFer can't question me about nothing. Anyways, I told him that my baby daddy was driving because I was tired. This dude proceeds to get real disrespectful and goes off on me because I allowed my baby daddy to drive his car. I hung up on him because I have a good baby daddy and ain't no MFer gonna trip on me for looking out for my baby daddy. Was I wrong?
You were so wrong.
I can't even count the ways.
Again,
I can't even count the ways you were wrong.
Again, you're right. You're not married. And with that attitude, you'll never be married.
Let's start there.
You'll never be married. You seem like the very selfish type.
I mean, she might marry her baby daddy and they might make a full circle.
No, apparently, no. He's good. She's not good for him.
Oh.
But she's dumb enough to be there for him.
Yeah, well.
And so this is all this.
Once again, these modern women are out here on their worst behavior, doing whatever they want to do. And they want to talk about, oh, I don't want no shut up. No scrub. You the scrub. You don't want yourself. Get out of my car. Get out of my house.
I'll start believing y'all are actually happy with your life when everybody's morning routine stops looking the same. Every get ready with me videos in the morning looks the same. Avocado toast on some bread with 12 different nuts on it, and then that green grass y'all keep drinking. Everybody is drinking that. Everybody's eating that avocado toast. Everybody's waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning. My 5 to 9 before my 9 to 5. My dear sis. I don't know, man. I don't know. It just feels like a script.
That's what I'm saying. These modern women think that they're so unique, but men have been saying this over and over again.
feminism pushed this idea of like girls and boys are just as strong as each other. And then that led to people thinking girls don't need extra protection, which killed chivalry, but also killed fathers actually protecting girls. Because the problem is not like women are weak, it's that girls are vulnerable. But now we think, oh, we should all step back, let girls do what they want.
A lot of baby went out with bathwater. A lot of chivalry went out with patriarchy.
Yeah, we killed good authority. We just killed all authority. And so now you have young women like demanding that their universities protect them and demanding that the government step in, and like staring at someone becomes harassment on the tube. We degraded the authority of men they trust, good men, and hopefully like their fathers and brothers. We just said, oh, all kind of protection is patronizing and we don't need it. But then you leave girls completely vulnerable and looking coddled and loved, but actually completely unprotected.
You ever notice what some women will say what a real man is? It's always like a real man won't mind if I have 10 kids from 10 different baby daddies. He's going to love all them kids and take care of all them kids. Or a real man doesn't mind if I slept with 500 guys between the ages of 19 and 20. He's going to love me anyway. He won't care if I have horrible spending habits. He's going to fit the bill. Like, it's never positive. It's never about a real man will have some kind of self-worth. Like, a real man will never tolerate respect. A real man will walk away from me if I'm ever disrespectful to him. It's never anything like that. It's always a real man's going to put up with someone else's BS. You guys ever notice that? Because I noticed that. What do you think?
Put me on your head and wear me as your crown. She is not a crown. She's a clown, and she knows it. A lot of women will call themselves queen just because it sounds good and because they've seen other women behave in this way, and that's what they want to do. But they don't know the first damn thing about being a decent woman or a decent partner, let alone a queen. Because a real queen is going to build you up. A fake one is going to need you to be on your knees to make her feel tall, make her feel like she's better than you. If she has to announce that she's the best thing you'll ever have, she already knows that she is not. Real value does not need a sales pitch, just like all the women who are showing every inch of their body all over social media. They're advertising to be bought, to be rented out. Sorry, but I never saw a commercial for Bentley and Rolls-Royce. They almost never run traditional commercials like you see for Toyota, Honda, Ford, even BMW. Their brands are built on exclusivity and status, not mass marketing.
We were talking about guys paying for it, SW, sex work. And you're saying that every guy pays for it. Rather, it's dinner, flowers, time. You pay for it. Like, you know how people talk about getting an ick from someone where, like, it's just an ick for you, and once you learn something about this person, you're just kind of like, ugh. This is an ick. No. Going to dinner, paying for the date, being married, having a girlfriend, paying for this, paying for that is not the same thing as paying specifically for SW. And any guy that thinks this, it reveals that their mentality is that the woman owes them something for them being romantic, supportive. Paying for dinner for your date, buying gifts, all of that, for the person that you're in a relationship with because you have a connection is not the same as paying for sex.
Need me a blue collar man. Where all the blue collar men at? Will not text first. I'm just a girl. D1 yapper. I love to yap. I want to be someone's passenger princess. Wine enthusiast. If you're not taller than me, don't bother. I need a tall man. If you're under 6 foot, don't even bother. Please have a car. I just want to be spoiled. Hit me with your best pickup line. I love this game. This is one of my favorite games. This app is in my games folder. I love to nap. D1 napper. I love to sleep. Please be funny. Make me laugh. You're required to make me laugh. You need to be funny. I will like your dog more than you. I will like your cat more than you. If you have pets, I liked your profile. If you have pets, I like them more than you. Please have pets. Send dog pics. Send cat pics.
And they be sounding psychopathic just like that.
And to the man that said, forget 100 men versus a gorilla, let's do 100 women versus accountability. That took me out of here, y'all. That took me to another stratosphere. Because what do you mean 100 women versus accountability? Ladies, I hate to say it. The girls don't like taking accountability. And, to unseasoned ears, accountability can sound like you're being blamed. But how I view it is, accountability is just the ability to take into consideration the way that you contributed to the outcome. That's all you got to do. We didn't say you got to take all the blame. We just said take into consideration what you may have done that contributed to the outcome, to the experience. That tickled me. 100 women versus accountability is hilarious. And one thing about me, I'm going to chuckle. I'm going to chuckle. I'm going to cackle. If it's funny, I'm going to chuckle and cackle because that's just me. But that was funny.
For months, I've been yelling at Adam for dribbling on the toilet seat and then not flushing. And for months, he's like, it's not me. And I'm like, well, it's not me. And there's only 2 of us. So 2 + 2 = you. And then yesterday, he sent me this video.
Are you kidding me? Using the toilet right now?
Where did he learn that? I didn't teach him that. And no one else taught him that either because I have had that child since birth. I was even afraid that there was something wrong with one of my cats because the litter box hasn't been as full lately, but now it feels like the opposite of a problem. He has always had quite the fascination with toilets. I'm not allowed to use the bathroom alone and he has to watch it flush, but I didn't know he was taking lessons.
Okay, so he sent you a video of the stuff that you were accusing him of not happening. So I guess I'm looking for a video of you apologizing.
You want to know what's wrong with dating these days? Men.
Yeah, can we, here, hold this for me.
The candy's right over here.
Hold this for me, though. Yeah, hold that.
This is a blanket.
Yeah.
A blanket for the...
It's always chilly in the theater.
Okay.
You know,
get some candy?
Yeah.
Alright, what you want?
Can you get the M&M's? The peanuts, yeah. And then, I never had the cookie dough. Can you try the cookie dough, too?
Cookie dough.
Yeah, you don't see them?
Oh.
Thank you. And,
Good?
Twizzlers.
Twizzlers, too?
Yeah.
Okay, you straight?
Did you want anything?
Do I want anything? You're eating all this?
Yeah. That's for me.
This for you. We're not sharing?
No. We didn't have dinner, so.
Ma'am, how much is this blanket? This is 20?
Yeah, you got it.
Okay. I'm taking you to see a movie. I wasn't planning on paying for all this. Blankets and candy, like boxes of candy and
But
stuff.
we didn't bring our own.
Yeah, but this is strictly like, I'm just taking you on a date to see a movie. I didn't know I had to buy blankets and stuff.
You do.
No.
You do.
No, that's not. It's kind of a little awkward right now. You got people waiting in line. Ma'am, you can go ahead.
Oh, we're so
Go
sorry.
ahead.
But, pay for it. Why did you just, why?
I'm gonna go ahead and,
Oh, no.
I'm gonna go ahead and head out.
This is crazy. Why are you giving me the blanket? You're supposed to pay for it.
No, I'm Maybe this date was a bad idea.
She's gonna get back to the house and call you broke as well after trying to spend all your money. I mean, it don't matter where they are, they're gonna try to run it up.
Ladies, a lot of y'all actually have a good man. You're just ungrateful. See, the problem is y'all see these social media relationships and think that if it's not like that, it's not good enough. Y'all get on here and see a man buying his woman all this materialistic stuff. She got designer bags and shoes. He's spending thousands of dollars on birthdays, taking her and all her homegirls out. That type of shit. You see it all the time. Men dropping money for the sake of content. Y'all don't be realizing that behind closed doors, when that camera get turned off, them relationships beef. That man is acting a plum fool. She getting dogged out. She getting cheated on every other day. Hell, a lot of the time she getting hands put on her. He might be having babies on the side. All types of foolishness. And all that materialistic stuff that she's receiving is just a way to get her to shut the fuck up and take it. Like, yes, I cheated on you whenever I went out of town on my business trip, but here's a Chanel bag. Shut the fuck up and don't say nothing else to me. That's really the type of shit that be happening. See, but all y'all see is the materialistic stuff and all the glamour, and then you look at your partner and you think he's not good enough. You looking at him crazy because he can't afford them red bottoms. Skipping over the fact that he's faithful, honest, committed. He don't be laying hands on you. He does what he can. He literally would give you the last 20 in his pocket, but you got a little stank face because it's only a 20. Y'all gotta stop glamorizing and being jealous of the shit y'all see on social media, because what really happens behind closed doors ain't nothing glamorous about it.
Nobody tells you this, but here's the thing. Like, every woman says the same thing when they have a little girl. I said this. I'm like, I'm gonna have a little girl, and I'll just build her up with all this confidence. But here's the thing, not too much. Because they judge you real early, little girls. Like, boys, very simple. Girls walk around behind you questioning all your decisions all day, like a court reporter. Everything I do, my daughter's just watching. Like, you know, she'll be like, why would you park there? I'm like, what the f*** about parking? You're 4. She's like, it just felt like a strange choice for you, is all. It just felt a little weird.
G Sweezy 7 says, now imagine what happens to husbands. I agree. I agree.
Fellas, I need to know what you would do in this situation. You out on a date with this girl for the very first time. Everything's going good. Y'all out to eat. Y'all at dinner across from each other. Conversation flowing. All of a sudden, her phone ring. Ring, ring, ring. It's her mama. She banter with her mama for a little bit. Kiki, woo, woo. And then she flips the phone around to you. Now, mind you, you've never met this girl family. You never met her family. Her mama just told you your first time meeting her ass. She flips the phone around and says, Mom, look who I'm with. Her mom waves and smiles at you and says, oh, you're handsome. You say, thank you, man. Woo. The mama then proceeds to say, so what kind of job do you got? Because my daughter can't be dating nobody poor and destitute. And how many kids you got? Because I don't want my daughter playing stepmom to too many kids. Fellas, do you A, answer the question because you don't want the rest of the day to be awkward? B, say something along the lines of, it was so nice to meet you, but I would love to get to know you and answer some questions like this on another day. C, ignore her ass. I don't know how you would do so, but just don't answer her question. Or D, an alternative answer that you can leave me in a comment. I want to know what y'all would do, so weigh in the comments.
Oh Lord, I need a 6'5" man with a big and a lot of money. I need a 6'5" man with a big and a lot of money. I need a 6'5" man with a big and a lot of money. Jesus, please.
Men don't leave their homes thinking, I'm ready to go be husband hunted tonight. No, they say, I'm gonna go get You're getting ready to scan lines in rooms and tables, looking for your husband. If not your husband, your potentials. That's what you're calling them, right? Men don't use those words. They're looking for the bit. They're going bang. That should be enough to make you never want to do that again, but I know it's not. I know it's a Saturday and the husband hunters will be out, and the husbands will be out there unknowingly.
You must not be around a lot of women to be saying stuff like this.
Are some older women trying to warn younger girls about messing with older men because they genuinely trying to help them? Yes. But you're a liar to sit up and act like there's not some older women who are bitter and mad. And they're upset at the fact that the men around their age are attracted to girls younger, and those younger girls are taking those older men from being options for them. That's a real thing. And so when men have this conversation, they be like, y'all older women just be bitter and mad. It's valid because, yeah, there are some that are. Now, just because you're not, don't mean that it's not a real thing. Like, I'm not jealous of younger girls who get older men. I love that for them if that's what they want to do, just not too young. When it start getting weird where he could be your daddy, yeah, it get a little questionable. Still, really, at the end of the day, it's still not my business, right? But nevertheless, you can tell usually who these women are who really be bitter and mad because they're in competition with these younger girls. These are older women who still go around trying to act, talk, and do the things that younger girls do because they're in direct competition with them trying to get those men. Right? That's the easiest way to tell the ones who are in competition with younger girls and the ones that's going to be bitter and mad because they are in competition with these girls. Therefore, the information that they give these younger girls is not coming from a pure place. It's coming from a place of them being mad because they taking their men.
Really good guys get discouraged dating. And the reason they give for getting so discouraged is they say women tell us that they want an honorable guy, a guy who is polite, a guy who wants to protect them, a guy who will stay faithful and stand with them. But what many men interpret that is comes across in a different way. Women do want someone chivalrous, a gentleman, someone polite, but they don't want a doormat. They want you to have boundaries. They want you to have self-discipline. When women say that, they like a guy who's going to stand up for them, a guy who is there for them, a guy who's polite, they mean that. But they don't mean a pushover. A woman doesn't respect or want a guy who has no opinions, nor does she want someone who doesn't have a plan. If you want to date women and you want to be successful, then set your intention. Have a plan. Have boundaries. Know when they're being violated. And if it's someone who doesn't respect you, speak up. Tell them, this is not what I want. I'm looking for someone who is emotionally mature and ready to have a real relationship. That's the kind of guy a woman really wants.
Yeah, man. One thing that I did when I was dating is no matter how fine you are, if you're not on my type of time, if you're not going in the direction that I'm going, then I'm not coming up out my house. I'm not paying for no dates. I'm not going nowhere at all. I'm going to have a conversation for as long as I need to, just so I don't get up out the house and regret coming out on this date, regret spending this money. That's what I'm all about. So yeah, I'm going to set my boundaries, my goals. And if you're not trying to do that, we're going to go ahead and part ways, regardless of your attitude.
Morning. This is a question for all the men out there. When you like a woman or a girl, what goes through your head? I'm just curious to know what your thought process is. I just want to know. So give me some insight.
Okay, I have a really hot take, and this is going to piss some people off, but I don't care. I'm just giving you a trigger warning. You do not have to be beautiful to get princess treatment. Does it help? Sure. But I have seen some girls who, in my opinion, are not the prettiest girls in the world. There's actually some girls who I think are ugly, but they get princess treatment. Why? Few things. Number one, delusion. They think they're it, so they act like it, therefore they are it. Second of all, they understand this principle. Act like a lady, think like a man. They're not gonna go to the guy and say to his face, you better have money, you da-da-da-da. They're discreet. They're low-key. They observe, they listen, they peep it. They don't, in front of the guy. They're low-key, very demure, very mindful. But they will do whatever it takes to be with a wealthy man to pay their bills. I'm talking, this girl will be 30 years old and she'll be going on a date with a guy who is 60. Now, me personally, I'm not doing that. I have a limit when it comes to dating men who are older than me. But there are some of these girls that, they want that, princess treatment. He's gonna pay my bills. He's gonna give me money. They want those type of men. They don't care, love, schmlove. They're literally thinking about this like a business thing. This is a business for them. Okay? They're not the prettiest girls in the world. They're not supermodels. You look at them and you're like, really? but they're so delusional. And it reminds me of this rule in business. They say in life, you don't get what you deserve, you get what you negotiate. This is so applicable when it comes to the dating market. If you believe that you are worthy of a certain type of treatment, you will get it. Now, here's the thing. Depending on like how attractive you are, you may need to adjust certain things. Like some of these girls are literally dating men 20, 30, 40 years older just because he's rich and he pays the bills and that's all she can get, because the younger guys who are rich don't really want her. And I know that's really messed up, but like it's the truth. Like the younger guys, they have higher standards. The older men, as men start to get older, and they start to lower their standards when it comes to dating women, which is why, and then some people say that when he's older, he treats you right. I don't agree with that, because I just think people in general, they just treat you the way they feel about you. You could literally date a guy the same age as you and he would treat you like a princess if he loves you. And then you can go on a date with a guy 20 years older than you and he wouldn't treat you that well because he doesn't really care about you. But that's something about getting princess treatment. These girls, they are relentless. They will date guys any age they want, and they're also super delusional. Like they have the confidence, they believe they deserve it, therefore they are it.
Just to let you know, men know this. This is why men are staying single. What you're describing right now is the exact reason that men are not going on dates. This is one of the exact reasons why men are not approaching women. Why they're saying, hey, let's go ahead and split that bill. Oh, well, I don't think that I have to come up here and I got makeup on and I shouldn't have to do. Split that bill. Oh, well, you man, you ain't nothing. You poor and you broke and you nothing but a brokey and you ain't a man. You a little boy, and split the bill. Split the bill. Oh man, and he didn't even text me when we got to the house, and split the bill. I appreciate it. I'm gonna make a TikTok about you and you gonna do this and I'm gonna say that and I'm gonna really be animated, and split that bill. You have a good night.
So men, come to the front. Why do you act this way? Okay, let me paint the picture. I'm sitting at the bar, me and my friend having a good time. Cheers, clink, drinks is drinking, right? We having a time. This young fellow comes, sits down. I said, how you doing? He was cute. My friend said, ooh, okay. But then I saw him giving her googly eyes. I was like, oh, that's all you, girl. You better get on it. So now she's doing her little kiki. We all having a good time. You know, we scoping the vibes. And then the flirtation starts. So I'm like, okay, bet. He's kiki with my friend. He wants to talk to her. And then I'm hyping her up because I'm a wing woman. Why would I not? So then now she goes to the bathroom. He starts talking to me. And then now we kiki, but not like that. Just like, you know, having conversations because I'm not rude. But then he starts to tell me, I'm really feeling like the both of y'all. And I'm like, well, that's nice because you're talking to my friend. Like, it's not the both. You know what I'm saying? You just not for me. But I was like, it's a no for me, dogs, because you was already kiki with my sis. It's forward. We having a good time. We gave each other's names. We having drinks. We're laughing. Him and my friend are kiki. She's like, you don't want my number? He's like, of course. Then his phone starts ringing up. I'm like, you're not gonna pick that up? He was like, nah, it rings again. He picks it up. He starts whispering. So I'm like, what is this? Anyway, then he was like, oh, shorty, can I get your number? To my friend. She gives him his number. He gets up. He goes to the front by the entrance, and he meets up with another girl. A whole other girl walks past us, sits down at the booth, kissing all up on this girl's neck, on this girl's cheek. You did all that. You told my friend you were interested. You told me you were interested. Then you asked for my friend's number. Then you go and have a whole date with another girl. I told my friend to walk past them and go to the bathroom and walk back and be like, wow, you guys are such a cute couple. Because why? Why? So men, come to the front. Can you explain this type of behavior?
No matter if you walk by him, fly by him, drive by him, he's not going to care because that's the way he's playing the game. So best to steer clear of him before y'all be talking about, oh man, I got hurt. I'm still struggling through it. I'm coming out of a situation.
Oh my God, men used to go to war. Men used to go to war and now they're setting up tents at Coachella. Men used to go to war and now they're fashion. Men used to go to war, come home, and beat their wives. Men used to go to war, come home, and bear children. Men used to go to war, come home, and curse the entire bloodline with generational trauma. Alcoholism. Want to know how men having to go to war affects you today?
Your grandpa used to be grandma. Your grandma took that out on her children. Her children took that out on you, and now you have BPD. Look where the war got you. I'm so sick of this generation on both sides glorifying war. Like it's the men and the women. From the boys' side, it's like, oh, I can't wait to go out into battle and look at a picture of my wife in a locket and remember what I'm fighting for and come home and hear my war stories. You're not coming home. Hate to tell you, there was a good chance you were not coming home. And then the women are like, there's no more real men. Men used to go to war. They used to fight for women. They used to fight women. Mind you, both my parents are war veterans. They're not even 50 yet. I would have much rather have my father, doing something he enjoyed than being in the damn trenches over in Iraq. Maybe then he'd be mentally stable. I don't know. Need y'all to stop and think before y'all say stuff. Just need y'all to stop and think.
And making some really good points in the comments here. Somebody said those men, quote unquote, were 17 and 18-year-old boys. Don't know why we're glorifying war. Somebody else, Sports Destroyer, said, did we forget that war is bad or something? I don't know. But women glorify that stuff. They watch too much TV and they say, oh man, it's just the romantic feelings because they're sitting at the house receiving the letters, crying, while the man ain't receiving nothing but a headstone.
Hot take. I don't care what men think about me. I get so many comments, aren't you worried about men that you're dating seeing your videos? You are so mean. You're gonna be single forever. You're not pretty enough to say the things you do online. I mean, I've heard it all. What all these commenters are missing is it only takes one. I feel so confident and so secure that the guy I'm trying to attract is so secure in himself, knows who he is, that I could care less what all of these incels in my comments think about me. I would be humiliated if I found out my boyfriend was troll commenting on a million girls' posts, calling them fat, calling them mid, calling them whatever you guys call me all the time. I more so think of it as casting away the type of people I don't want so I can attract the people I do. And let me tell you, it's working.
Or you could just take accountability and say, hey, maybe there's some things that I shouldn't say online. Maybe there's some things that I shouldn't say about men. If I want men to give me a fair shake, if I don't want men saying these things about me, maybe I shouldn't say these things about them. But of course, even after being divorced, you still haven't learned your lesson on how to be a genuine good person.
So I was having a conversation with some of my friends. We were just talking about dating in Atlanta and how difficult it is for a lot of us single, childless women to date. But I cracked the code, and it's really simple. When you date a man that like you, when I say like you, I mean prioritize spending time with you, flowers, cater to your needs, emotionally intelligent and present. But there's only one common denominator with that. That man just genuinely have to like you. And I realized like what I was doing wrong when I was dating. They like me physically, they like the way I look, but they didn't like me. And that's okay. And I used to take that as, oh my God, this person is rejecting me, let me overcompensate in other areas. But once you really free yourself of the control of trying to get someone to like you or get someone to see you, and you just let things be, when I say God will open doors that you would never expect, and he will literally replace everything that you felt like you were missing out on or that you were losing. You didn't lose out on anything. And it just keep getting better. Like, I'm so excited about the future. I'm so excited about other things that I'm working on and the people that I've been meeting and the spaces that I've been in. Like, God keeps showing me how good it can get. Like, it's getting really, really good.
Honestly, I don't think a lot of men are going to have trouble buying these things and doing these things for you if you just reciprocate. If you just encourage him, if you just let him know that, yes, I am interested in you. Not that I'm just a wallet here, just giving you stuff. It would be nice if my woman actually liked me. But a lot of times, for a lot of these women, not all of them, they don't really do anything. Had a lady, I don't know if she's married or not, say, you should be sitting out here waiting for a man. like working and waiting. The Bible tells women to just wait on God. When you have the most popular story, Ruth, yeah, she was working and she was waiting, but she was also out there putting herself directly in the sight of a man. Not just any man. She was looking for a certain man, putting direct. A lot of you guys are doing it the wrong way. What do you mean? So instead, you be following advice like Shira7 or some of these other influencers where they'll tell you, oh, if you're looking for a rich man, a provider man, they use these buzzwords to try to get you into a get rich quick scheme. They're going to be over here. They're going to be at this nice place. Put on this. Go look at that. And they'll give you the directions to do the wrong thing instead of saying, okay, if you want to find this type of man, go over here. Look for that. And most of these modern women won't do it because they want the get rich quick lifestyle. So at some point in time, y'all got to put yourself in the line of sight for good men. Somebody from the woman's side, even though men are saying it, somebody from the woman's side ought to start a business that say, hey, listen, these are the types of men that you should be looking for. This is where you should go. This is the man that you can find literally anywhere. They're saying they're there. Look for them here. They might not be wearing this. They might not be looking like this, but this is the guy that you're looking for. He's not going to go anywhere. He'll buy you anything that you want. If you got it, he'll do the best for you. He ain't never going to leave you. He'll give you babies if that's what you want. He'll build a family. You'll be secure. You'll feel protected. You'll have safety. At some point in time, I'm looking for that.
Yeah, so a guy recently asked me, what I look for in a relationship. And I said, I want somebody who can be, not just my lover, but also like my best friend, somebody that I get along with. I kid you not. This man said, I can't imagine having somebody be my best friend and my wife. What would that even look like? We don't have data on the success of that. I was terrified because what? You can't imagine. Let's break this down. You can't imagine being best friends with your wife. So what are you looking for? I think I have an idea, but go ahead, answer it. And then you need data to understand how to connect with a human. I don't know. The whole thing was scary.
These men are so used to running into these trash women that they're shell shocked. They're like, wait, so I can actually like my wife and she doesn't want me for just my wallet? Crazy concept.